We are living beings. I recognize that. You think it's obvious, right? Mechanically, you think, so you understood it. But physically, you may not understand it, unless you have the same experience. So we talk with language, words and grammar and all of that, the logic. But it's just playing here. So when you're dying, maybe I shouldn't go there, but then you start to realize mind cannot do much. Well, that's not the reason of my posting this, but just acknowledging, realizing the importance of it. And we waste so much time playing in the mind. Just looking back, I posted or recorded maybe 3-4 videos today because this is so interesting. But just looking back the last half an hour, I'm still debating with the AI about the use of the memory in iPhone. It's clogging up the system. So we have to address it. To address it, for whatever the reason is in the mechanical process to do it. So I'm playing with that. I'm telling what AI has made a mistake and not picked up what I said. It's not to complain about the situation, but that's the reality of it. And I have some engineering background, so I can be tenacious to follow up to make sure the cause and effect relationship and what's important is addressed. But it takes time. In the meantime, my eyes get tired. So I'm reconfirming that I'm a living being. I wonder how many of us realize that as we live. I've been into this spiritual stuff, whatever you call it. And there's a lot about less of the mind, but more of how we live. What body is doing, including my eyes that may be confined and, abused too much of the screen time. Maybe I'm much less than many other people, but at my age, I allocate usually like 3-4 hours of computer time. But it gets interesting so that I get pulled into that mind space. But then I need to pull out of that mind space to have a balanced middle way. And that is obvious if you listen to it, but experientially to be found obvious is the name of the game. Otherwise you're just playing with the word and I know that, someone told me, I remember that. That's not it. That's the difficulty of communication, whatever form. But if I'm a stick, I I need a stick to be hit myself, to waken up. And I was telling about AI, I told this and this, why didn't you pick up at the point? And they apologized this, that's the ChatGPT. And maybe yesterday, Gemini, I keep saying, you are lost, maybe 7-8 times. And at the end of it, I said something, and they apologized. And later I look at it, what was said. And there's something about dotted line. Because I said that I wasn't happy about it. By the way, I'm also a Google shareholder. And that may hit them a little bit. And they may have discovered that this is something to be treated more carefully. I don't know. So that's right. The pain in the mind is the pain in our body. We may not realize it. Or pain not felt in the mind would not relieve the pain left in the body. See, I'm talking with the logic. Maybe it doesn't fly. Anyway, the bottom line is that we are a living being. And I mentioned myokonin. They don't want to kill anyone or any plant and the fish and everything because they know they're a living being. They don't tell you. As I talk about it, I feel like a shivering sense that that's so right. And that's the response from my body. Because when you awaken, you don't feel it in the brain. You cannot. The brain is stupid. I can tell you that. So that's the key message, that we are living being. And as much as Myokonin knows that, and this Genza helping all the wild cows or the oxen, and when another Myokonin see the thief picking up the fruits on the tree, bring out the ladder so that he doesn't fall and break legs or something. That's who they are. I feel like my tears welling up. That's profound. That's my knowledge, but the knowledge is connecting to my heart and have a space that it's important. As much as I share the idea of the bottom-up against the top-down only approach, and I felt something, genuine interest of helping. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done 40 years of that. But I included like 15 years of fly fishing and traveling to have fun too. Because we're talking about the barrier to go overcome. And it's not easy. All the top guides are very smart. They manage to their position because of the smart and the luck. Maybe compassion too. No complaint. We start from where we are. I have my I issue that I want to address. I'm a living being. I said I'll work on it. Not in my brain, but stopping the brain to have time to appreciate the sense of life, which is the nirvanic sense of bliss that the body is telling. That's right, that's right, that's right. I feel it. They are silent, but they'll tell you if you listen. That's listening to your heart. Thank you.